I'm literally living the 7-year-old's dream of a bearded pirate.
And he's clenching his butt cheeks so tight. And I'm behind him, holding this dead bird, just seeing these butt cheeks just...
Wait, that's a real sword.
Yeah!
BTS.
This is incredible.
Hi guys, what's up?
This is amazing. Oh my God.
Dude.
All right, so let's
I guess it all started for me back in 2001.
We haven't started with the questions yet, Captain.
Oh,
go on.
I mean, I have a photo of me as I think a 7 or 8-year-old version of me with a white beard and a black mustache and a red bandana. And I completely forgot about that photo, obviously, because it was taken when I was 7 years old. And for the callback on the show, I had a white beard and I had a black mustache and I put on a red bandana. And then I do the thing, and then afterwards my dad is like, did you know that you dressed just like when you were 7? And I literally was like, I took a photo of me in the moment and then had it back to back, and I was like, I'm literally living the 7-year-old's dream of a bearded pirate.
But for us, scripts are always like blueprints. This is how it's meant to be created, and then you can bounce off it, you know. But not everyone can do it, but when you can do it and you can feel it and you can, you know, we know each other really well. So over the years, I know when he's going to say something, and I know what he's going to say sometimes, so I'll preempt what I'm going to say. And it just can, you know, it's kind of like a fluid thing, but it's not easy. It is for me.
My favorite days were coming to set when I was not working, and Taika and Rhys are working, and just coming to watch them work the scene, because it's never as scripted, never. It's like literally like they'll go off the script and then suddenly they'll bring in all this improv and it just goes places you never thought it'd go. Like the episode 7 when they're going on reconnaissance or whatever, and they go for a treasure hunt, and that whole bit about Blackbeard's Bar and Grill in the restaurant, that was totally improvised. Yeah. Totally improvised, and they kept it in the show. The foot touch was improvised, and they kept it in the show.
How dare you? That was one of my upcoming questions. Yeah, for Samba and Vico, is it just like a master class being around Rhys and Taika all day?
Truly, I mean, it feels like magic. What you guys make is truly magic. It's so cool to watch and be witness of that, and it really makes everyone excited to jump in and also be part of it. I mean, really, it's a really fun set to be in.
I would also love to know how the partnership between Rhys and Taika has evolved since like Flight of the Conchords and What We Do in the Shadows, and how you've perfected it now.
Well, you know, it's kind of like we've always had this sort of us against the world type thing. We come from a tiny country where we had to fight to sort of get noticed. Mm-hmm. But then we realized that our comedy is getting us noticed because there's something about it. There's certainly a British element to it, mm-hmm. but there's a very New Zealand element to it, which is the rural, did I say that right? Rural kind
Harder
of.
R's, please.
Yeah, we have a lot of country in New Zealand and a lot of, I don't know, there's not many people. And I think we have to shout to say hello to our neighbor sometimes, you know. And it's kind of like that's that kind of tough kind of yelling out with confidence, mm-hmm. knowing there's going to be no one bringing you back and saying, hey, don't yell like that, because there's no one there. Mm-hmm. Except maybe your mother. You know, don't yell like that!
What about the sheep? Do the sheep ever have anything to say about it?
Nah. See, that's how quick I am. Yeah. So she said that, and I thought, sheep, okay, notes. Get this down. Yeah. And I knew I was going to say no, and I thought of a sheep immediately, right. And I knew I was going to do a sheep sound. No, nah, word. And just came like bang, and then I did it. Sheep equals and nah. Then you've got the full laughter.
Got you.
And
okay.
Then, so that's how.
Masterclass with Rhys Darby. There were a lot of birthdays this season in New Zealand when we were filming, and so
many Libras.
So many Libras. So I'd just make cupcakes for everybody. I'd bring a cupcake to set when it was like Matt's birthday and Vico's birthday and Christian's birthday. And Leslie Jones also asked me to make a cupcake, and she cussed me out. She cussed me out because it was the most delicious thing she had, she said, and she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because she couldn't stop eating it. So I love baking cupcakes, and my favorite recipe right now is a chocolate tart that I promise one day I'll share the recipe with.
It's so good.
Which
I
I
think
made
you
for
made me one of
Vico's
those, yeah,
birthday.
for birthday. Yeah, it's so delicious with like sea salt on top of it. It's so good.
Okay, so yes.
Wait, that's a real sword.
Yes! Also, how did you get that through weapons check?
That's what I was thinking.
How'd you get through security with that?
Yeah, how'd you get that through weapons check?
There's no security coming through the back way.
It's not sharp. It's not sharp. Oh yes.
Oh, wow,
What is
that is the real...
But it could
that-
get sharpened if I wanted to.
That's real.
It's not
Okay,
sharp.
cool.
Yes, but it's not sharp.
So just be aware, this is real. And if you guys get too close...
We're lucky that both Jim and Vico are lovers, not fighters. I would love to know, without spoiling anything, if everyone could share one word or phrase about what your character gets up to in season 2. Dun, dun, dun.
It actually helps because yesterday somebody asked me if Jim was a serious goose or a silly goose. And I don't think the writers were expecting that me, Vico, was like such a silly little goose. And I don't think they were intending for Jim to be a goose at all. So using 2 words, there's a bit of more serious gooseness.
Gave away a bit much there.
Everyone's going right to Twitter right now.
You're fired. Right. My word for my character, I guess for season 2 it's a difficult one because I've got to say, there's a few things going on. A lot goes on. Already said too much. But I would use a word, fantastical.
Yeah, it's a real good one.
I was going to go with fantasy, then I thought fantastical. It's even better.
Good one. Good
So
job.
I went with that.
You make the notes.
I'll write it down. I spoke to our dear writer Alex Sherman earlier, and
Wait, I
Said too
love
much?
yeah,
That's it.
he said season 1 was Steed going from a puppet to a real boy, and season 2 is Steed becomes a man.
By the way, a great nugget, if no one has seen Rhys's stand-up where he tells the story about auditioning for Westworld, that is your homework now. If you liked this, you're gonna love that, I promise you.
The scene I remember cracking up the most at was you know, Carl dies, the seagull, right? And
What?
I'm sorry, spoiler.
R.I.P.
And
Wait, who's Carl?
that scene,
Oh, the bird.
the bird. And Buttons, you know, Ewan is carrying this dead taxidermy bird, and it was a real taxidermy bird that they gave us on set. And then he hands it off to me, and then he's butt naked, right? And he walks up to Calico Jack, and he stands there and does the curse, you know, like this. He's like, a hex upon ye! And he's clenching his butt cheeks so tight. And I'm behind him, holding this dead bird, just seeing these butt cheeks just... And I'm just trying my best. It's a sad scene, but I'm just there going, please, no, please, God, please. Please.
I loved that Jim is just Jim, and even though there is a learning process with them, they're not an educator who sits down and explains and has a whole 3-episode arch of like, this is what this means, and everyone's like making notes and like, it's like, oh, okay, cool, it's just Jim, got it. You know, oftentimes when I play, when I'm cast in non-binary roles, I have to have this whole conversation about what it means to be non-binary and like the they them pronouns, and it's a whole like, and the whole arc of my character is just explaining what it is rather than just like being and like having a regular
Those days are gone, baby.
yeah.
That's right.
Those days are gone.
The toughest episode was episode 2.
No
Oh, yeah.
context. You have to watch it
Sure.
now.
For which season?
For season 2.
Oh, wow.
You'll see why.
I'm thinking season 1, thinking, yeah, it was tough watching. We had to do a few reshoots on that one. But we got there. And I was stuck in that tiny cage.
Nice hot
Remember
cage.
that cage?
Yeah, like just dripping sweat.
Yeah, I was like hunched over.
Yeah.
I actually got season 2 and all was a lot more physical stuff happening, if I can say
Ooh.
that. And you know, I really, I mean, I had to work out a bit.
Yes!
And I have the BTS to prove it.
Did you film that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So everyone now has to follow you on Instagram to see it.
Listen, between Samba and I really went ham with the BTS. So
Get ready. Get ready.
TikTok is not ready for what's about to go down.
Toughest scene to film. There's still Buttons naked and texting the
100%.
guy in front of me.
Yeah.
I've never had to act my heart out more than I did with that